Hey guys, Go Minecraft here, bringing you another Minecraft video in Minecraft Survival World. Let's get into it. So today's gonna be very chill. I'm just gonna basically go around, harvest some potatoes, maybe train some villagers, make some beds and stuff for them. Nothing too exciting there. The exciting part is that I'm back to posting TikToks alongside with my Minecraft short, and as of lately, you guys have been digging those TikTok videos a lot, so I'm happy to vlog. Because TikTok has been having some good filters so far. Because one of the main reasons why I switched to focusing on my Minecraft content versus TikTok is because TikTok filters generally work more cringy to me. And I didn't feel like I could make good videos out of them, so I focus on gaming versus TikToks. And also, I've been wanting to add them back into the rotation in terms of my videos. I just haven't had time to actually take the time to film them and then post them. Then repost them here, so that's all. And now that the growing season is upon us, for seed starting time here in Michigan, we are going to head to start long season crops like artichokes, onions, and a couple other things. And I wanted to start that gardening channel anyways, so I went ahead and filmed up me planting the seeds and the whole process and explaining like why I'm doing this and how to care for your seedlings and whatnot. So look out for that if you love gardening just like me and you want to learn how to start your own little seeds. Go over there to TikTok and find out, or you can decide to find them here as well. And yeah, I'm really excited for that because there's endless content in the garden. There's always some tomato bushes to be trimming, weeding to be done, something to be harvested, and something like that. So I'm very excited for it. And it's funny too, because a lot of channels that I follow, a lot of them actually started off on TikTok, then they transferred over to YouTube because the videos got popular. So I was like, huh, that's interesting. And that's kind of all the content update I got for you guys here on YouTube land. It's just look out for more TikTok videos and gardening videos as well, because it's been busy. The next month, boy oh boy am I going to be busy. Got so many packets to start. Got a ton of flowers, a ton of herbs, tomatoes, peppers, all kinds of stuff. Super fun stuff. One of my favorite months ever, because then I see all these little baby plants that I have access to, and I'm just like, ooh, in a few months you can go out in the garden, get so big and beautiful and give me food. I love it. Then it's really fun too, because I treat it like a science experiment and be like, how long did these tomatoes take to sprout? Oh, this one took this long to sprout. Although sometimes I do have fungus breakout, like issues with fungus problems, because I recently learned that like humidity domes, I thought you were supposed to keep on them until they get big, but apparently if you keep them too long, they just cause mold to break out. And they kill everything, so that's fun. Yeah, the disease is actually called damp off, and it's really sucks because your plants will sprout up beautifully and be like, wow, so good looking. But then the stems will start rotting to the middle, and then you'll lose all your seedlings. And you'll literally get set behind by months and months, because you have to go buy the stuff at the store, which is more expensive and just disappointing and terrifying. But easy enough to avoid. Use nice clean soil. Make sure it's not like swamp. Make sure it's moist but not swampy. And lighting, of course. I say that because I've been growing for a few seasons, so I know how to start seeds now. But seed starting can be hard, because some people just prefer to buy seed starts. The starts that already exist at the store, but I like to grow them. Also, P.S. If I sound like I'm out of breath, or you hear weird hiccups and my voice goes high or low, whatever, I do apologize. I'm very stuffed up at the moment, so my voice is doing weird things. Sorry. And I'm so excited because I'm going to have a load of different herbs and flowers. With the herbs, I'll teach you guys how to make different teas, tinctures, oils, and everything else between. As much as I can anyways, because I'm also learning with y'all. Of course, I'm very new to all this herb stuff, and all the supposed benefits of it and stuff like that. Like, I'm a strong believer in, like, hey, take mint tea to relax or whatever. But also, I recognize it as pseudoscience because I'm a scientist, so some of this stuff doesn't really have scientific backing, but a lot of it does, so I believe in it. Then another thing that's very important in the garden is a lot of people, myself included, at the beginning of the journey, you don't want to plant in there unless it will actually give you food in the first year or whatever, right? But what we don't realize is that flowers are just as important. Not only for beauty, color, and contrast, and smells a lot of time, but also for the pollinators. Because if you don't bring in the pollinators into your garden and beneficial bugs, then your garden will get either overrun with bugs, aphids will come by and eat all your plants that you actually care about. For example, another fantastic plant that's both edible, although some of the times the flavor is not the greatest, is nasturtiums, which are these like orange flowers with hexagon leaves, and they spread like wildfire in most areas, but they're a trap crop. They are a trap crop, which means like the aphids will attack it and will stay off your lettuce or whatever that they're attacking. Instead, they will all focus on the nasturtium, which can handle it, and it doesn't matter if they eat it or not, because it's a trap crop. Therefore, they keep your plant that you're actually going to grow for food nice and healthy. So you have smart that. Then certain plants too that are planted, like certain flowers and stuff, especially native plants, oftentimes can be host plants to your native butterflies and other beautiful insects that you want, like monarchs or swallowtail butterfly or whatever you have in the area. A lot of times they need a specific plant to actually lay the babies on. And then you have butterflies in your garden, which is beautiful. And then you have a whole list of a lot of flowers can be used for food purposes too. Like pansies, for example. They're absolutely gorgeous. They taste great, and they add such beauty and color into any dish that you can make jam out of them, and tap them and top off salad with them or whatever you want, and it's beautiful. So why not grow something beautiful and tasty? And then you have the whole entire plants that you use for like green mulch. Which green mulch can be technically any plant matter that's green that you just chop and drop, like any tomato leaves or whatever. You can throw it right in the ground and actually feeds the soil and keeps up the moisture. Some plants like comfrey is an herb, and so you can eat it yourself, but you can also make it into awesome fertilizer because it's very high in specific nutrients. And therefore, it can give you crops a huge boost of nutrients for free without having to go buy expensive chemicals. And keep those chemicals out of your garden. Like one of my favorite fertilizers ever to make is a homemade one where you just take a 5-gallon bucket and you put your food scraps in there, you put your weeds in there, and fill it with water, and let it rot in there for 2 weeks, and that extracts the nutrients like composting, but on steroids. So it makes it go by super fast, and the water rots it faster than it would rot in a compost pile. It's strong stuff, but it works wonders to feed your plants. And if you want to put like more bananas in it or something for potassium, you can. But here's the catch: you always gotta dilute it because it's super strong and will burn your plants. But it's quite perfect because it's like I grew this tomatoes leaves, and now I can return those nutrients back to the tomato plant by simply putting in a bucket of water. That's one thing about learning how to garden naturally that you will learn, that everything can be used, nothing is wasted. Because the only waste you have in a garden is if it's diseased. Because sometimes if it has like a fungus disease or like powdery mildew, you don't want that in your compost pile because it can live in there and then spread and infect different plants. Because by that I mean like the spores of the actual fungus that causes the powdery mildew can live in the soil forever and ever until the conditions are right. Then it will grow again and affect future plants. So in that case, you do gotta just toss it in the actual garbage. But most everything else is fine to throw in compost tea, or you can use as mulch. You gotta be careful with the mulch though, because obviously if you use the weeds for mulching or you like lawn clippings, sometimes you can introduce a lot of seeds that are weeds, and then you make yourself a bigger problem than the weeds. But you know, that's kind of the cost of using grass clippings. And I'm so excited too with mulch because my city has a compost site that has free mulch with it too. So I can go get bags of free mulch and just use it up in my garden as much as I want, which will make it look better, help with moisture levels, and suppress weeds and disease and everything else. Like it's movie perfection. And it's free of all dyes and stuff too, so it's all natural. But with that does come the problems like weed seeds that might hitchhike into there, random piece of trash that might get mixed in, or something like that. But for the most part, it's good, clean, and free, so I can't complain about it. Because like the city's compost has weeds in it, and it's really annoying because one of the weeds that I'm dealing with is called poison hemlock, which is an invasive weed in Michigan that not only is invasive, it's poisonous to you. Like, you touch it, it's like poison ivy. It will leave you hives and make you itch up crazy. And it looks very similar to a carrot, sapling, or a Queen Anne's lace, which is a native, and I love that. Arguably, I do like the poison hemlock's look. Like, the leaves look very nice, but they also are poisonous, so that's a problem. But my biggest worry is that if I throw in my compost tea, or if I go ahead and pull a weed and drop it or whatever, and my dog finds it and eats it and gets sick off it or something, oof, that's terrible. Or if it ends up in my carrot patch, and I accidentally get mixed up with my carrots, I just would not want to eat it, nor my pets to eat it, because that'd just be a headache and a half. So I'm very mad at whoever did that, but, you know, just as like. Going back to Minecraft, I'm very excited about my dark oak saplings. Like, oh, I'm so excited. Because I love dark oak. The color is very nice, the leaves are nice, and you get a ton of the wood from the actual tree itself. The only annoying part is that it is a 2x2 tree, so you need 4 saplings to plant 1. So if this one tree I chop down doesn't actually give me at least 4 saplings, then I have to wait for one trader and buy more saplings, which is annoying, but I'm excited to have another type of wood available because I love variety. I love having variety in my life. It just makes my life so much better. Speaking of trees too, maybe in the next episode, like tomorrow, we can go ahead and travel a little bit onwards, because I was doing a bit exploring out of the episode to go ahead and find a good place for the house. And there's a village over yonder that has a cherry biome in it. So we get access to pink petals, pink leaves, and cherry trees, which would be so nice and so exciting to have access to all that. Another color combination, which I love. Even though I'm a guy, but pink, you know, it's hard to find good colors in Minecraft that aren't just in wool, or in terracotta, or whatever. So, it's what it is. Not that I care. I'm not the type of guy who cares. If the color is fun, I'm going to use it. Sorry. I got offense you. But anyways, thank you guys for listening to my TED Talk about my garden. And make sure to go check out my TikTok and my brand new gardening shorts. Make sure to subscribe for even more awesome videos. Make sure to leave a like. Make sure to leave a comment. Tell me about your day or whatever you want to do. Make sure you share this. And make sure you hit the bell to be notified of brand spanking new videos almost daily. And above all else, make sure you guys have an awesome golden day. And now. Bye-bye. 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 Bye. Boy. Bye-bye. Boy. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye. Boy. 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 Bye.